Hi everyone, so this is question 13 from tutorial sheet 2. So I'll solve these questions. So I'll start with the first question here. So the first question here is cos theta minus sine 2 theta is equal to 0. So in such a question, when you see these are called double angles. So double angles, how do you deal with them? You remember the compound angle formulas where you say sine 2 theta is nothing but so sine 2 theta is nothing but 2 sine theta and then cos theta. It's the same as 2 sine theta cos theta. So this is the formula for sine 2 theta. So you just have to replace it there. Then you have cos theta minus 2, so minus 2 sine theta minus 2 sine theta cos theta, which is equal to 0. Then from here, I think most of us can take it up, because you just need to factorize cos theta this side, and then you have 1 minus 2 sine theta is equal to 0. So either cos theta is equal to 0, or 1 minus 2 sine theta is equal to 0. So you find the cos inverse of, you find the theta this side, even this side you find theta. So here you're going to have something like this: sine theta is equal to 1 over 2. Then note to say sine inverse of 1 over 2, you get your answer to be 30. So here is your answer is 30, meaning it lies in the first and the second quadrant, since it's positive and sine is positive in the first and second quadrant. So your theta here is going to be 30 like that. And then take into consideration the domain. Our angles should range from 0 to 360 degrees. 2 pi is just the same as 360. So theta is equal to 30. So it lies in the first quadrant and then the second quadrant. So in the first quadrant, theta will still be 30. And then in the second quadrant, theta is going to be 180 minus 30, which is equal to 150 degrees. And then when you convert them to, when you convert these angles to radians, you discover that your answers will be the 30 converted into radians. The answer is pi over 6, which is 1 over 6 pi. So this is 1 over 6 pi. And then theta converted, this 150 converted into radians is the same as it's the same as 5 over 6 pi. So 5 pi over 6. I guess by this time we all know how to convert these angles from radians to degrees and from degrees to radians. Same applies to this part here. You find the cos inverse of 0, you get your answer to be 90 degrees. You get your answers to be 90, and then cos is only positive in the first and in the third quadrant. So your first is in the first quadrant. In the first quadrant, you're going to have your theta to be 90, and then converted into radians, you are going to have it as 1 over 2 pi. And then in the third quadrant, theta is going to be 360. So it's going to be 360 minus 90. So 360 minus 90, you get your answer to be, I think, 270. You get your answer to be 270. And then when you convert this 270 into radians, your answer will be 3 over 2. Your answer will be 3 over 2 pi. In case you've forgotten how to convert the radians into pi, use this. We know that 1 pi in radians is equal to 180 degrees. So this is what you use to convert the angles from pi, from degrees to radians. So our final answer now will be, theta is equal to, so theta is equal to, you start with the smallest one, which is 1 over 6 pi, and then followed by 5 over 6 pi, and then lastly it is 3 over 2 pi. 3 over 2 pi. So these are your answers for the first question there. Then I think I can also solve, when I solve question E, it means that I've solved question F as well. And then since I've solved question A, it means that I've solved question B, and I've solved question C. So if you have any questions on the questions that I'm leaving, you can solve them on a separate answer, and make sure that you forward them to this line on WhatsApp. You forward them to this line on WhatsApp, and then I'll help you. I'll tell you whether you have gotten it wrong or correct based on the solutions that you are going to send to me. And then let me also do E. So E here is this. So here what you are supposed to do, you can convert one of these into another trig, into another similar trig ratio. What do I mean by converting that? So let's take for instance 2 minus sine 2 minus sine squared theta. I'll write 2, and then cos squared theta can also be written as 1 minus sine squared theta. This is an identity for cos squared theta. So this is theta over 2. and then there you just have to simplify it now. Like that. So I've just opened the brackets this side. Let me check, there's an equal sign somewhere. Oh, it's here. Alright. So actually this one is not even supposed to change the sign now. What should I do? Okay. I guess you all know to say this is a minus here. So when I take this to that side to come and subtract from these two, meaning these two and that two will go, then I'm going to remain with negative sign, squared theta, and then equals negative 2, then this one, remember the double angle formula for sine 2 theta is equal to 2 sine theta. Oh, this is squared, sorry. This is squared, so this is 2 sine theta and then cos theta. Like that. So when you have something like this now, it means that okay, let me use that one for cos. I think that one will help very much. So for cos theta, cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine squared theta, such that when I divide this theta by 2 this side, I should also divide this theta by 2 this side. This is cos 2 theta. So I'm going to have something like this, cos I'm going to have something like this, cos theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine squared theta. Like that. So now, having done this, I can just take this one that side. I'll take this one this other side. So I'm going to have cos theta minus 1 is equal to negative 2 sine squared theta. Like that. So meaning where there is negative 2 sine squared theta in this expression, I can put cos minus 1. Let me just delete this. So I'll put here cos theta, then minus 1. So meaning what I have to change is this now into cos. So I'm going to change this sine squared theta into cos. So sine squared theta into cos is just the same as So I've written this negative outside. That's the same as 1 minus cos squared theta, and then is equal to cos theta minus 1. So 1 times negative 1 times 1, negative times 1 there to be negative 1, negative times negative plus cos squared theta, which is equal to cos squared, cos theta minus 1. So when this negative 1 goes that side, it will cancel with that. So what we are going to remain with is just nothing but cos squared theta. Then when this cos comes this side, it will be minus cos theta, like that. Which is equal to 0. Then you can factorize this cos this side. Cos theta, then open brackets cos theta minus 1 is equal to 0. So meaning theta is either, so cos theta is either equal to 0 or cos theta minus 1 is equal to 0. So here your theta you find to be, so cos inverse of 0 you find it to be 90, and then this side you take that negative 1 to the other side of the equal sign, you are going to have something like this. So cos inverse of 1, you get your answer to be 0. And then now here it's just a matter of finding the quadrants. So in the first quadrant cos is positive, and in the fourth quadrant cos is positive. So we have our thetas to be 90 in the first quadrant, so it's just pi over 2, and then 90 in the fourth quadrant, you are going to have 270, which is equal to 3 over 2 pi. So this side again, in the first quadrant is 0 like that, and then in the in the fourth quadrant, theta would be 360, which is just 2 pi. So our thetas now as our final answer will be 3 over 2 pi, comma 2 pi. So these are going to be our thetas. So once you just know how to work out these same two questions that I've shown you, you can't fail to work out the remaining ones. Because this one you also just have to change the way I've changed using these half angle equations. You change everything there, and then you get your theta. Okay, your main aim here is to make theta. Yeah, is to make theta over 2 to be theta. Alright, hope you've gotten my concept. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure that you don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out the videos that are yet to come. See you in the next tutorial video. Shalom.